Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Sound Bath Sundays. Hi, we're getting started over here on Facebook. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sound Bath Sundays. Yay! Woo! Okay. Amazing. I am so excited to be here today. I think every Sunday that I've been here for the past 2 years, I have been excited and thrilled to be here. And, seeing that some of you keep showing up every Sunday just keeps being the fuel for me to keep showing up and doing my best here. So, let's all take a collective breath and let go of everything that's happened in the past week since I last saw you. And let it all go away. Let it melt off from you. Make a decision, a choice to allow it to just leave your energy. So I've got notes today. I've been going without notes for a while, but today I thought it was so important. I wanted to make sure that I touched on these points. So let me just, hold on. Let me just invite people. There we go. I'm inviting some of my peeps over here on Facebook. Let me just do a few more. And in the meantime, I ask you, okay, there. That's it. Let's just do that. Hi, welcome. Hey, Sarah, welcome. Okay, so in the meantime, let's just send a bit of healing energy to my lovely daughter who has been not feeling well this weekend. I was so looking forward to getting together with her and my baby boy, and it's just not going to be possible because she's not doing very well. So thankfully it's nothing, just a bad cold. So thank goodness for that. But anyway, today I could really use your help with something. I'd like to ask you if you would have a listen until the end of what I'm about to say before you walk away, before you shut me down, or before you make a judgment. And caveat this on the face of what I'm going to say today. It's going to perhaps look like it's political, but let me assure you that it is not. Yesterday, I haven't been following the news. I did my civic duty, and I did what I thought was in my heart. And it had become a tough choice, and I'm going to explain to you why. But then I found out that a certain candidate had won, and he had been declared the winner. If he has or he hasn't, I'm not sure yet. I haven't really looked at the news. However, I did begin to hear the elation, the celebration, people outside, the honks going, the honking, the shouting, the dancing, the music, the celebration, the elation that was felt throughout. I could feel the joy, but I could also feel the despair, the feeling of F it, now the world's gone to hell. And I was right in the middle of it, kind of teetering or having my feet or my energy connected to both of the energies. And I could have gone either way, right? Now, here's the thing. What I was seeing, what I was experiencing in my perception, in my reality, was not the elation, but the division. The and it was interesting because 4 years ago I had voted with a lot of joy and a lot of expectation and a lot of assumption of what the result was going to be. When the result came back as something I had not chosen, it was tough. I had a very, very firm stance on where like a firm belief or a firm concept of where I actually stood with things. And when things didn't go my way, I was just like sad, depressed. I joined the collective of, I was still in New York City. I joined the collective feeling of absolute despair and depression and sadness. And for the next 2 years, I proceeded to go like this, and not wanted to even hear the mention of the person who was in power. A year ago, a friend that I highly respect started sending me information about stuff. And what it did is it created an opening for me to get out of judgment and start receiving a different point of view about things. And I found that to be really interesting because where at one point I was so rigid and inflexible and was like, I don't want to know about this. Then I started contemplating, well, am I all good? Am I all bad? You know, I like to think that I'm a pretty okay person. But darn, do I have shadows? Do I have parts of myself that I just wished I didn't have to deal with? They didn't exist. I could just go with a pencil eraser and just go and erase them out of my life, so I wouldn't have to look at them, wouldn't have to see them. I could go like, go away, go away. Just pretend you don't exist, right? And it started opening that side of myself, of allowing a different point of view. And now I preach about being, look at your cell phone, and your cell phone from this side can show this thing, and I'm looking at this thing, and you're saying it looks like this, and I'm saying it looks like this, and it's the same cell phone, but we're looking at it from a different angle. And there's an infinite way of looking at things. But when it came to this subject, I have been so steadfast on my rigidity that I didn't allow much else to come in. I was like, this is what I believe in. And then I started contemplating, well, what do I really believe in? What do I really align myself with? And I've never been a person that likes either or. I don't like I go to a restaurant, they tell me you can have the fish or the chicken, the fish or the steak, the vegetables or the thing. It's like, or you can have this dessert or this dessert. And I was like, can you bring me one of each? And I've been like, why? It's like when they tell me either or, I go, no, I like and. And this aspect of my life, I was like, this was my stand, and there was no even either or. That was it. And I started questioning my own ideas, my own concepts, my own beliefs. And I questioned, are they my beliefs, or have I picked them up along the way? Have I been imprinted by my generational imprint? Are they part of that generational imprint that we all carry? where are these beliefs coming from? And I realized that it was a mishmash of everything. Part of it was my generational imprint. Part of it was my imprint of where I was born. Um, I am Mexican. I was born in Mexico City. I was there till I was 19 years old. So when I had somebody calling names on me and assuming that we're all the same and all this BS, I was like, F this. This is ridiculous, and I don't want to align with that. And I still don't. Still don't. But here's the thing. When we begin to understand what the heck is going on and really look at the big picture, we can see, or at least I can see, when if you're looking at just the bark of the tree, which was what I was doing, then I took a step back and it's like, oh, I can now, surmise there's actually a tree. And then it's like, oh, but there's many trees. And then it's like, and then you pull back enough to really see a bigger picture. And not even the whole picture, right? Because I don't think any of us has the whole picture. But I started to find the commonalities in everyone. And I'm always like peace and love and very Pollyanna view. And if things are like going to garbage, I'm just like, let's find the gift in the garbage. Let's just dig deeper in the garbage and find the gift and all this stuff. And in this case, I was like, I don't want to know, blah, blah, blah. While I was calling for unity, like we are one. And then I thought, well, how can I be calling for unity if I am feeling torn? I'm feeling divided. I am feeling divided within myself. I started looking at my shadow aspects and I was like, well, this is my good side and this is my bad side. And I just want to get rid of my bad side and hang on to my good side. And then I was like, yeah, well, okay. So bad side according to who and good side according to who, and then started removing the labels. And then I just realized that every aspect of me was part of my whole. And it's about how I manage myself, how what I choose to do in every moment that starts creating the art piece that is my life. And it's not about I am not the same person I was 10 years ago. Just not, completely not. I'm not the person I was last year. And God knows I pray that next year I am not going to be this person, because I work at it each day. And I realized that we all had a common thread. I'm seeing the comments. Hi. We all have a common thread. And we all want peace. We all want love. We all want to be offered opportunities. And I'm going to talk about opportunities in a moment. So remember, I asked you to write. Just play with me, ride with me till the end, right? And and opportunities, I mean, the ability to provide for our families, right? Aren't some of us, because some of us have pulled away from this paradigm, and that is amazing. I sometimes still teeter-totter between it. I am grateful to say I'm more on the other side, but there are times where I still go into fear about, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Am I going to get more work? I start questioning my feelings of security and safety, because that's ultimately what we all strive for, right? We all want to know that we can come home and nobody's going to break in and start taking our stuff, or nobody's going to attack us. Nobody's going to hurt us. That we can walk on the street and feel and be safe. And we also like we all kind of need, I think it's part of the human nature to get some sort of validation and be seen. And there's so many people who are just invisible, right? Like, I've done this. There are so many homeless people that there comes a point where it's like I've given all the money I have in my wallet away, and I'm walking by and I'm just like, I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna pretend that they don't exist. I don't want to see it, because just my heart can't take it anymore, because it's just like in your face, in your face, in your face, in your face, and I'm not taking any action to change it. And then I'm just like, well, if I just do that and look this way, look at the scenery this way, then I can just pretend that this doesn't exist. Just like I'd like to pretend that part of me that I don't like is like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna look at this and then I'm gonna pretend that this doesn't exist. Now, what you focus on expands, blah, 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 right? So yeah, I'm going to do that conscientiously, but that part of me is probably going to hang around me until I deal with it, until I kind of just bring it all in and learn to accept myself fully. And so yesterday, when this whole polarization was becoming even more evident, because it has been happening, right? We've been polarized. We've been like the good guys against the bad guys. It just so happens that if you're on this side, you think you're the good guy. And if you're on this side, you think you're the good guy. And it's like, down with the bad guys, down with the bad guys. And these people are like, down with the bad guys, down with the bad guys. And it's like, yeah, we're good, we're good. And the other people is like, it's like, yeah, we're good, we're good. And then we're not even open to seeing that we're all on the same planet together, that we're really all part of the same team. And so it shows up in different ways, right? It shows up through politics. It shows up through religion. It shows up through class systems. Like if you have money, if you don't have money, if you did it. And when we start removing all the layers and we say, okay, so are the politicians responsible for me and my life and my results that I bring in my life? No. Seriously, I couldn't care less who's president. I couldn't, because my responsibility for myself and my life is just mine. And I realized that all I have to do is stay in my own lane. And my coach, my coach Kate Decker would tell me, like when I started seeing people succeed, right, and feeling like they're jumping over me. And I've been here like a little ant working and working and working. And then I see people just like overtake me. And it's like all of a sudden they've gone viral and this. And she's like, stay on your own lane. Stay in your lane. And then I realized, because God has a way of showing me things, right? It's like, oh, that person that I thought was doing so great, perhaps is not doing so great in some other area. Perhaps they have this to work on, and I have this to work on. And everybody, we all have our things that we have to work on. And we all have that side of us that's like, let me pretend that it's not there. And we all have those parts of us, hopefully, we all do, that we embrace and we think, wow, I love that about myself. I like that about myself. Let me just foster that in myself and keep going and being more excellent every day. So then we go to religion, right? Is our church, our pastor, if we follow the church or the religion or whatever, or rabbi, are they responsible for who I choose to show up as every day, who I am embodying? People, I know so many people that they're so like attached to their religion, and then they go every Sunday and they do their thing, and they're confessing their sins, but then on Monday they're back to their old ways and not being such great human beings, and not acting, not embodying the true essence of what we really are as human beings. So for me, it's like, what, it's like, that's BS. Why are you doing that? Just going around pretending, but that's none of my business either. Right? If I just stay in my lane and I become responsible for my own self, not even that of my kids, which, as parents, we usually do. But it's really not a responsibility. It's a gift. When we have kids, I believe that we're their mentors, we can be their leaders, but we're not responsible for them. And we can be nurturers, we can care for, and what we do is so much more powerful than what we say to our children, because kids, when we're little, we learn by what we see. We don't learn by what we've been told to do. And we learn by experience, but we also learn by example. So when we wake up every morning, are we being the example of excellence that we are, that we can potentially be, that is inside of us, right? Are we following our calling to rise and to be excellent? Are we following that nature essence that is humanity, that's in our humanity, to be a kind person? To just smile at somebody on the street, be nice. Sometimes that's all somebody needs to make a decision between life and death. I know of so many people that were like this, contemplating taking their own lives. And because someone took a moment to acknowledge them and allowing them to be seen for just a moment, it has made the difference between them choosing to leave or choosing to stay. So how powerful are we, right? And so when we decide that these politicians or this religion or this blah, 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 or my boss or my job or my family has the power to decide who we are going to be, and who we decide to show up as every single day, then we're just relinquishing our power, right? We are sovereign beings, and people can tell us to do stuff, and we may be forced to do stuff, but we're free in our minds. And as long as we know that, that we're free in our minds, no one can imprison us. No one can force us to anything. I know of survivors of the Holocaust, and they said, I kept the vision going. I had the vision of a better future. I had the vision of staying alive. I had the vision of not only surviving, but thriving. And the people who had the vision, the people who didn't give up, were the people, and I don't know if all of them, but I think the majority of the people that I've seen interviews from, they had some sort of burning desire to get out of their situation, and they weren't looking at their situation as their definition of themselves or as their definition of their life. And they chose to rise, and they chose to keep going forth one step at a time, one moment at a time, and not allowing themselves to give up. And as I believe that as long as we're breathing, and as long as we wake up every morning, we have another chance to make a difference in our own lives. Forget about everybody else, in our own life. And so right now, I think that there has been, they've analyzed, and there's been more people showing up in the US to vote than ever in the entire lifetime. So isn't that a gift that was given to us? that the past 4 years made people get off their butt and do stuff. And everybody who voted for themselves. I didn't vote for, we all vote for our civic duty, but we're all like trying to be heard. And the voting seems to be one of the ways to be heard. Do we agree with it? Do we agree with the way it's set up? Maybe yes, maybe not. This time, apparently it went across the board, the popular vote and the electoral college vote. It just, everything coincided. But the thing is that half of those people, the difference was like this much. There's like a slice of people that won. It wasn't like, okay, one person voted for this and then everybody else voted for this. There's a total polarization and division. And until we realize that we all want the same things, it's like that bad side, but this part is saying this is the bad and then this is the bad, right? Until we all embrace all of our humanity, until all of us embrace that we all are looking for the same things, and we find a way of connecting with people that we may not agree with. I'm not proposing that we all, change our points of views and all of a sudden we're like accepting things that like I cannot align with socialism or communism. I just don't. It is not in my DNA. I just like free enterprise. I like the ability to, that's the reason why I came to this country, because my country would tell me no to stuff. And this country always told me yes, right? And so I want to make sure that still hangs around. I don't want people to tell me, okay, you all have to wear these gray uniform and then you're going to do this and then you're going to do that. And I don't like that, right? I also don't like guns. I simply don't like guns. I don't think they're necessary. I just feel like guns kill people. Simple as that. I can't align with that. But I can align with love. I can align with human decency. I can align with tolerance and patience and understanding, right? And it has nothing to do with any politics or religion or anything. It has to be with what it is that I like to embody and what do I aspire to be every day. So as we progress and as things develop, I invite you to let go of your point of view and connect and tap into that part of you that is pure love, pure understanding, pure unity. And then connect to that still small voice within you that always is guiding you, or at least always is attempting to guide you and to tell you, make a right here, make a left here. And we're like, no, let's listen to the brain. Let's listen to our mind. And our mind can and will trick us because it is ruled by this system of beliefs that has been imprinted in us. And its whole mission, it's the RAS, right? The reticular activating system. And its whole mission is to keep us alive, keep us safe, and keep us reproducing so that we have a human kind, right? So that area, that aspect of ourselves will keep us comfortably in our discomfort under the guise that it's keeping us safe and it's keeping us alive. So we rather sit in this discomfort and go, but it's what we know, than allow ourselves to expand and look at other things and embody the true essence that we are and listen to that gut that is never going to lead us astray, and staying in our own lane and knowing that we are sovereign beings. And that as we remain connected to God, to our God self, we're a little drop from that source, right? So as long as we're connected and we keep aware of that, and we keep doing the right thing for us without obviously hurting anybody else, then the more we stay grounded, we stay centered, we stay in that high vibrational state of love, of peace, of understanding, we will become a ripple effect. We will become stronger every day. We keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And as we do that, we bring people into that space that we align with. And then one day, I don't know when, but I know that it will happen. I know it in my heart. We will be proud to call ourselves humankind. We'll be proud to say we are loving, peace-loving, love-loving members of humankind. And I just hold the vision. But in order for that vision to happen, I have to do my part. I have to show up every morning and be excellent and have integrity and come from love. So I invite you to open your hearts, right? And not gloat about what's happened, but just be open. Because there's also something else. There are things that we can't see, that we don't know about, that are happening. And we might think this is the reality, and it may be. Have you ever seen those drawings, right? And there's one that's typical of a woman, and she has a very nice, like, art deck in the Victorian bun with a feather. And she's a beautiful young girl. And if you look from the other side, it's an old lady, like with the gray hair and the nose and the wart. And it's like almost like that witch from Snow White, if you can remember that character. So it depends on how you look at this image. That's what you see. And some people can only see the young girl, and some people can only see the old lady. And some people have the ability to see both. And some people, when they get pointed out that there's both of them, now they cannot see but both of them. Like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So my invitation is for us to be able to see both and receive both and just stay in our own lane. And remember that there have been times in our life that people have, like, there's been a perception of some winning and losing, which I don't subscribe to, but there have been times in our life when we have been made to feel bad. And there have been times in our life when we've made people feel bad, advertently or inadvertently. But it doesn't matter. The result was the same, right? You got that same result. And so as we embody, you pick your words. Every year I pick 3 words that I like to embody. So pick the words you'd like to embody, put them big in your office, in your bedroom, somewhere where you can see it every day. And ask yourself, how can I embody this today? How can I show up today that I'm going to be the full expression of this idea? Like, one of my words is just excellence. Like, how can I be excellent today? God, use me. What would you have me do today? What would you have me be today? How would you have me show up today to do your message or give your message or do your whatever you need me to do for you, because God can only do for us what it can do through us, right? So how my mission every day is, first, me align with source, and then get out of my way. Get out of my way, because God knows I've been standing in my own way for a long time. And when we learn to surrender that willfulness, when we learn to receive the magic that is destined to us, instead of trying to make things fit the way we want them and from our limited point of view, then we can really, really, really experience a very, very magical existence. Thank you for listening. Let's go into our sound bath for unity. Let's go into our sound bath for unity, but just within us. We don't have to do anything else. We are not responsible for anybody else. So pick a word right now. Make a choice. What word would you like to embody just this week, just today, in the next 2 hours? How can you embody this word? Pick some, think, right? For me, excellence. How can I be excellent today? Place your palms face up on your thighs. Keep your back straight. Inhale through your nose, hold for 1 or 2 counts, whatever feels natural and organic, and then let it all go with a big sigh. Then hold for a second and begin the process. A new inhale. Hold and exhale. Once again, inhale and hold. Exhale. If you feel like it, close your eyes. Start wiggling your toes, bringing yourself back slowly, gently. Thank you for the lovely heart, all the love. I can feel it in my heart. Thank you so, so very much. Do a little stretch, do a little shake. Take a cleansing breath. Breathe it all in, all the love. And let go of all the fear. Breathe in love. Let go of the fear. And one more time. Breathe in all the love. And let go of all the fear. Wonderful. I feel you all coming back. Thank you so, so very much for being here with me, for playing with me, for listening to my rants. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Let me see. We have the comments. Thomas. Oh, this is wonderful. I might have been grocery shopping, but I feel a lot less stressed. Woo! That is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And maybe you were able to pick food that was very high vibrating so that you can just keep that energy going. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me on Sundays. I love you all so much. And if you'd like to continue the journey, have me a little bit more in your life, we're starting our 5th iteration of Coming Home to You. If you're looking to strengthen that muscle of staying grounded and expanding that eye in the hurricane, right? The eye in the storm that you are, so that you can experience the peace, the love. And if you get thrown off, because we invariably do, right? Come back right into center, get into our center quicker and quicker and quicker, so that we can get stronger in our conviction, and that allows us to remain the captain of our ship, right? And it allows us to keep on keeping on towards our goal. And we may get thrown off a little bit, of course, but we can quickly get back on track and are able to not lose sight of our dreams, of our goals, and allow the journey to become, if it isn't already, a magical, magical journey. Thank you, Sarah. You loved coming home to you. Yes, oh my God, it was, we didn't want it to end. I think our subconscious kept extending it, right? We all went through, if I can just share a little bit of what happened, it was so interesting. Right in the middle of coming home to you, I had made a choice to bring in a new puppy into my life, Violet. And last week, if you were here, you know, she sang along with me, let's call it that way, during our meditation. And next week, I'll probably be talking about lessons my dog is teaching me, because she is teaching me. She has brought me to my knees. And I can't say I wanted it, but I think I may have needed it, because nothing is by accident. And things are becoming very, very clear to me now. And I'm going to talk on that next week. But we went through all this craziness with the dog together. This dog that was continuously mauling me. She dislocated my thumb last week. It's still sore. I had to put it back in. She is something else. But we all went through it in coming home to you, because she would be like interrupting, and all I could think of was, okay, the Dalai Lama says that you have to be able to meditate in the middle of Grand Central no matter what is going on around you. And I literally held steadfast to that vision. And eventually, she quieted down during the meditation, throughout the rest of the day. But I was able to create the space to keep our container sacred, like I like it. But at one point, it was like, oh my God, what am I going to have to do? Am I going to have to tie her in the back? Am I going to have to find somewhere that will take her for 2 hours or something? I was even getting desperate about it, until I had to really dig deep within me to find what I needed to rise above it and to be excellent in spite of my choices. Because a lot of the times we at least I don't know about you, but I get myself into trouble all on my own. I don't need any help. So I make stupid choices, and then I make choices that are from the heart, that my mind is continuously judging as stupid choices. And then I realize that, well, I did it from here. And even though my mind is saying it was so stupid and blah, 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 I cannot fall into the trap. And then I get myself out of it and go back into my I. So literally all these things that I talk about, I use them every day. It's simply, this program is simply a compilation of the tools and processes that I use to keep myself in that place of peace and love and stillness. Dear Lord, I love that stillness. And being able to find that at will, it is absolutely blissful. And so that is what I'm sharing. I invite you to join us for the next round of it. It has been magical, and it just literally makes me so it's like, I can't wait to do it again, because it's just yeah, it overflows in every area of my life, and I see it overflowing in every area of everyone who participates. And for me, there's no greater gift than seeing people just come out glowing. And so if you'd like some information, send me a message. I'll send you to the thing. I think it's just bit.ly. I don't think it is bit.ly/ coming home, the number 2U. It's bit.ly/ coming home, the number 2, and then YOU. All right. I will see you guys next week with news about a new venture that I'm going into. Well, it's part of the same thing, but oh my gosh, I have a surprise for you. And I still don't know how it's going to happen, but I know that it's not my job to figure out the how. My job to focus on the what and then put one foot in front of the other and allow spirit just to guide me through this. And God knows I'm going to need spirit to guide me through this, because this is something I've never done before, and I may fall flat on my face, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So I love you, love you, love you so much, and I will see you next week. Let me just say bye to my friends here on YouTube. I love you. See you next week.